What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Drew, and it has been a minute because I have been busy 3D printing. This new project for me, it's not new, but it's new for me, and you can see some of it in the background right now as it's grown and taken over every minute of my 3D printing and my trying to figure out, trying to do everything. So, won't keep you long any longer. It is multiboard, multiboard. I say multi. Creator calls it multiboard. I call it multiboard. I don't know, but it's this new one, two, three, four, five, six, seven side. Is that seven sides? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight sides. I can't count. Three, three, two. Eight-sided board that you can put all kind of things on. And what I've done is jumped down the rabbit hole, a true rabbit hole. So on this side, behind me, you can see that's the HSW, the honeycomb system wall. I don't know what it stands for. It's the HSW system, organizing system, and then I was going to start printing them out more, but those are so hard to use and push in and everything. It was just frustrating when I first did that one, but it turned out great because as you can see, I have all kind of. Let me move out of the way. I have all kind of things on there, and I've made some custom ones and everything like that. But I was looking for something else that I could organize all my stuff. I'm gonna take you over there in a second, but I had a lot of stuff on my little shelf here. And it's just sitting there, and I have stuff on this shelf here behind me that you can't see all the time. So I just wanted to get it off of the. I want to get it off of the shelf so I can use the shelf just for little things, things that I can't hang up all the time. Most complicated part. It is hanging these things on the wall. And it's not complicated in the fact that just pick a way to go, but there are so many ways, then it complicates things like, oh, should I screw it into the wall? Should I use command strips, which is what this thing is? It's a snap. Oops, I just dropped it. It's a, and you can't see it because it's white. It's a snap for, let me get closer. It's a snap for command strips. Also, they have flat mount or flush mount and offset, which this is an offset. It would have to be an offset anyway because the command strip wouldn't let it be flush. And then there's screws that you can get this that has holes in it, and then you put this on the wall, and you put these peg the multi tiles or boards into it, so it sticks on the wall like this. So I've went down the rabbit hole trying to figure that out, and as you can see in this clip, I'm not 100% there because it takes for a 9 by 9 panel. So it's 9 down and 9 across. It takes 4 hours for me to print it. I heard that if you do an 8 by 8, it cuts it to 3 hours, and then you still get the same, grid size. I was thinking bigger is better. So that's the direction that I went in. And now that I've done it, I could actually do a 8 by 8 and a 9 by 9 because they are modular and you can connect them to each other. It comes with the same repeatable pattern, so you can mix and match different sizes. And also, it has a generator where you can create walls or edges. And I quickly Now, let me say that this is a free modular system. It is free. The core components are free. So you can build the whole wall without paying a dime. Everything is free. It's out there on Thingiverse, on Things, not Thingiverse. It's on Things. But I quickly found that I ran into problems when I wanted to do some special things. I was like, oh, I'll look for this. Oh, I need this particular thing generated, and I had to upgrade to the member. So I am a member of this one because it gives you stackable. You can print these out stacked, and I'm actually going to show you over at the printer that I stacked them, and it took me 40 hours to print 9 of these stacked, and that's a little bit slower than I would do if I was doing it individually because it takes about 4 hours, and I would get 10 of them in 40 hours, and that's only if I am on it every time. Every time one's finished, I take it off and I'm hitting it start again. I don't know if it really saved me time or not, but in my mind, I think it did. You can be the judge, but you can't. Yeah, the only way you get access to the stackable ones is if you are a member. So I went ahead and did that. But what I also did was now with that you can print these. These are multi bins. And the multi bins, you can put stuff in it. Like they have this is a grid affinity. So I've done a bunch of different organizer systems, but within the multi bins, this is the shell. You can put a bin inside of it, insert, and then you can make this like a drawer, which I have over here. I'll show you the drawer. So this is versatile in itself. I created, I didn't create, I printed out a, this is an insert. My printer is having some warping issues right now, and it's not my printer. I'm having some configuration warping issues with my filament. I think it's just because I did not dry the filament before I started printing because I was already behind and I wanted to print some stuff out. So I turned the brims on. Most of the stuff that you are printing with this does not need a brim, does not need any supports, which is a very, 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 very good thing about this system. I'm gonna show a couple things that I printed, but this goes on the top of this and just kind of snaps in there, and now I have two tones, but I also have a divider. So now by me pushing this divider, I'll put that in at the top. Now this bin that was just wide open is divided storage. See that? So I'm going to take all of my pins and put them in here, get them off the cup, and then hang them on the wall over here. So that was the purpose of this particular one, but I also printed out another thing. The creator was not lying when he said this is super modular. So I did all that, right? But I found that they made these little things, these little snaps. These are not little snaps. Take that back. These are not little snaps. Snaps have a whole different terminology. What is the snaps? Where are these snaps? These are snaps. The things I held up first. These are how you connect things to the wall. I don't know if I can put it over my face. This is how you connect stuff to the wall. This is like another version of the command strip, but it has a hole in it where I can screw through it and connect this and this to the wall, and then this to this, and it'll stay. Back to what I was saying, they have little topper dividers, and if I do this right, I can do what I did with this. If you can see that, this little divider right here is this divider. Someone's taken that one piece off, so I don't have to print two separate things to make this. But this does have a purpose, right? I can create multiple bins and connect them to each other. But now I have it this like this, and I created the exact same thing. But with that, you got to print these very itty bitty, itty bitty. Like, it's so tiny that I was just about to throw away because I had to make a brim. I had to put a brim on there. I don't know if it's gonna catch it because it's so tiny. I had to put a brim on there so I could. You can barely see it. It looked like an ant in my hand. You see that little black thing? That goes into these little holes and secures that board in there. And I'm not going to do it right now, but I need to make sure I don't lose this. I created a couple of them just to see which one I was going to do. And that is where the complexity comes in. There are so many different little pins and bends and inserts, and I've printed so many already, not knowing. See, I just dropped one and now it's gone. I've printed so many different pieces. This thing right here, this goes into, and it has an arrow. You can't see it, but it has an arrow. So you gotta tip it in first, and then push it in, and it snaps. So that's why it's called a snap. But this snap has a little slide on it where I can put this. If I were gonna hang it like a drawer, I would put this onto this slide, and now it's secured to the wall. You can see that it's secured to the wall, and this is bending, but this is staying on the wall. Just imagine this is on the wall and it's not going to bend. So, like if I had two of those, like I did over there, I'd be able to hold it, hang this on the wall. But also, it has these little slits in them. You can print out these little peg inserts. Again, these peg inserts. And what I love about these are, and a lot of them actually I love, you print them out flat like this, and then you open it up, and they're called pop-ins. So you pop it in. Let's see if I can do it. And don't pinch your fingers. I'm gonna pinch my finger. I know I am. You pop it in to that slot. And it's meant to be a snug little fit. And make sure I'm holding at the bottom while I'm pushing it down so I don't break the shell and have to print this whole thing over again, which is gonna suck if I do that. But then you can stick this into the peg holes, the holes that are in here, and now this sticks into that without using the snaps. So there's like multiple ways to get this in there, and because of those multiple ways, it makes it a little bit difficult for somebody starting out like myself. I've been printing probably for over a week now, trying to get all the boards up, trying to find all the connections. And because there's so many connections and so many different types, this is a different type of a pop-in that slides. So it's like you can do a rail system. You can mix and match things. There's different sizes of the pop ends, like this one. And these are not snaps. Like this is a mid. It's so hard to open sometimes, but I do understand that it still has to be structurally sound. So I like the folding part of it, but this is a mid hole. It has a hole that's the same size as this hole, so you can pop this in and bolt lock it, which is a different way to keep these things connected together. So it is so modular, so customizable that it is somewhat confusing. But once you start understanding what pieces go together and whatever one that you actually gravitate to, it's infinitely customizable. So I am on my journey of trying to make these things work. I'll show you some of the things that I've already printed. I actually switched over our key holder in our pantry that holds our keys for our cars and everything. So it's just infinitely scalable, infinite possibilities, and I am enjoying it thoroughly right now. But again, I am using the command strip versions of these, so I have a bunch of different versions of this that I use the large command strips for, and that's what's holding my wall up. Okay, we are here at the wall. You can see all this. Let's step back up a little bit, even behind my monitor over there. But I got a lot of stuff that I need to clean off of this. We're gonna be hanging that up. So this right here, that's gonna be replacing that, and I'm gonna hang it up right there. But yeah, this is a lot. I got a lot of stuff, man, to hang up. I'm going down to the bottom here on this piece right here, waiting on. I made a cable cover right here. Excuse the white in there because I messed up and I started printing and I was like, I'm not wasting filament, so it's gonna be white right at the top. It probably should be white in the middle, but I don't know. And then I have a lot more to do all the way over there, as you can see. But yeah, this is my project, my next project for a little while. And this, I probably can fill in this area over here now, and then do this bottom part down here as well. So I got a lot to cover. Like this part, I'm probably not gonna redo because it looks good. But I might just fill in the sides over here. It's not gonna line up perfectly, but it'll be all right. I got a lot these extra pieces that I knew I didn't need. I hope this was entertaining and informational for you. And if you have a 3D printer out there, or you know somebody with a 3D printer and they're willing to print some boards out and some connections and everything, and you're trying to make a nice, appealing wall, like I'm trying to do over here, and don't get lost in the sauce because it is very easy to do so. I've started with the multi-bin pack that's 3D. This is my initial basket that I printed because I went down the path of getting the bins together. Okay, we're gonna focus. So I went through the first part of getting the bins together, the wall pieces together, and then they had a starter pack about the basket. So now these are individual parts of these with tile. I guess they're called tiles, and they go all the way around with edges. And I put them together, and you make a 3D basket. But if you like tinkering and organization and have an infinite possibility, infinitely scalable, give the multi-board a chance, a try. And don't get too lost in the parts. Just try some things, get it out there, and see which one works for you. Until next time, keep printing.